G'day, it's me again, and I'm back in the Northern Territory, and I'm at Old Endado Station, not far from the Queensland border. We're heading across the Simpson Desert, and I'm driving the smoko wagon behind us. That's the Iveco Eurocargo 4x4. It's powered by Iveco's 6-litre Tektor engine, makes about 270 horsepower, and it also makes about 950 Newton meters of torque. Apparently all of this is nice and low on the rev range, so I'll get to find out in the sand over the next couple of days. Our trip takes 4 days and covers over 1,000 kilometres from Urumina Station just south of Alice Springs to Birdsville on the eastern edge of the Simpson Desert. Daryl Beatty Adventures run supported dirt bike tours of iconic off-road routes, ranging from the Simpson Desert to Cape York and even the remote Canning Stock route. On this trip there are clients from all walks of life taking the opportunity to rip through the bush on their very own outback motorcycle adventure. The terrain varies along the journey, from outback roads littered with bike-swallowing bulldust holes and cattle grids to soft dunes and treacherous clay pans. We follow Bin's track to Old Endado Homestead and press on east to Mount Dare before venturing into the Simpson Desert itself. On outback roads, the Eurocargo handles itself well, and with slightly lower tyre pressures, the big truck lopes along at a rapid rate. Aftermarket central tyre inflation from Air CTI thankfully makes this a lot easier, because you can adjust pressures on the move. Underneath, a set of King shocks help preserve the truck from a punishing pounding. In amongst the dunes, the truck has to work hard. This is low-range country that calls for even lower tyre pressures, a sharp eye and a steady hand. However, the Eurocargo faithfully grinds away, churning through sand and scrub. Should they be needed, the truck also features diff locks front, rear and centre. So it's fair to say it's well equipped to tackle the 1,100 dunes of the world's largest parallel dune sea. This truck acts as a mothership and support vehicle for these tours. It carries all the luggage, food, fuel, water and camping equipment for the tour. It also acts as a mobile workshop with a spare bike and a heap of spare parts on board. Even out here in the desert, we're tipping the scales at 13.5 tonnes.
They're organic snags.
Organic snags.
The meat out of them's from somewhere in Australia, good beef though, and the gas and the barbecue is organic.
The further east we go, the bigger the dunes get, and the 4x4 is reduced to a careful pace. The sand tracks become rutted and staircased with traffic, which calls for a steady descent of some dunes. But after more than 2 days in the wilderness, we finally crest a dune to find Big Red waiting in the distance. The trip is done and the truck has got it back to civilization and a waiting ice cold beer. Scooter's been with me all the time, and Scooter drives this truck all the time on these tours.
I like the air ride seat and the aircon for a start. That low range in the desert just really decks it, just sets it straight up, for any hill.
Very impressed with the Eurocargo. I think it performed above my expectations, that's for sure. It even did pretty well on fuel, yeah?
Using 43 litres per 100. The Land Cruiser, I think it was, we had along with us was using 30. It's pretty economical for the size of the thing, that's for sure.